warfare has always been a puzzle to solve, a challenge to overcome, and a story to tell. Picture yourself standing on an ancient battlefield, surrounded by the clash of swords and the thunder of hooves. Imagine the thrill of watching armies march to victory, their strategies unfolding like pieces of a grand puzzle. From ancient times to modern warfare, military tactics have evolved in surprising and fascinating ways. It's like a journey through time, exploring how people fought and strategized to win battles and shape history. In this journey, we'll unravel the mysteries of military tactics, from the earliest days of spears and shields to the high-tech battles of today. We'll discover how ancient civilizations like the Greeks and Romans fought their wars, and how their tactics influenced warfare for centuries to come. But that's not all. We'll also delve into the world of knights and castles, exploring the medieval tactics that defined an era, and we'll witness the rise of gunpowder and cannons, revolutionizing warfare and changing the course of history forever. So, buckle up and join us as we embark on an epic adventure through the evolution of military tactics. It's a journey filled with twists, turns, and surprises, a journey that will leave you amazed at the ingenuity and courage of those who came before us. Ancient warfare, from phalanxes to chariots. In ancient times, warfare was characterized by close-quarters combat and rudimentary weapons. Early civilizations such as the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Greeks employed simple but effective tactics to wage war against their enemies. The phalanx formation, utilized by the ancient Greeks, was a formidable infantry tactic that relied on tightly packed ranks of soldiers wielding spears and shields. This formation provided mutual protection and allowed for coordinated attacks against enemy lines. Similarly, chariots played a significant role in ancient warfare, particularly in civilizations such as ancient Egypt and Assyria. These horse-drawn vehicles were used for reconnaissance, transportation, and shock tactics on the battlefield. Charioteers would charge at enemy formations, unleashing volleys of arrows or spears before retreating to regroup for another assault. The rise of empires, Roman legions, and cavalry tactics. The ancient Romans revolutionized military tactics with the development of the legion, a highly organized and disciplined infantry formation that became the backbone of the Roman army. Legions were composed of well-trained soldiers equipped with standardized weapons and armor, capable of executing complex maneuvers with precision and efficiency. Roman tactics emphasized flexibility, with soldiers trained to adapt to changing battlefield conditions and exploit enemy weaknesses. In addition to infantry tactics, the Romans also made extensive use of cavalry units, particularly during their conquest of vast territories across Europe and beyond. Roman cavalry, known as equites, played a crucial role in reconnaissance, flanking maneuvers, and pursuit of fleeing enemies. By combining infantry and cavalry forces in coordinated assaults, the Romans established themselves as a dominant military power in the ancient world. Medieval warfare, feudalism, knights, and siege warfare. The medieval period saw significant changes in military tactics, driven by the rise of feudalism, the emergence of armored knights, and advancements in siege warfare. Feudal armies were organized around a system of vassalage, with lords raising armies of knights and foot soldiers to defend their territories or wage war against rival factions. Knights, armored warriors mounted on horseback, became the elite fighting force of the medieval period. Clad in heavy armor and wielding lances, swords, and shields, knights were formidable opponents on the battlefield. Cavalry charges, led by knights, were a common tactic in medieval warfare, often deciding the outcome of battles through shock and intimidation. Siege warfare also became increasingly sophisticated during the medieval period, with besieging armies employing siege engines, such as catapults and trebuchets, to breach fortified walls and defenses. Siege tactics involved laying siege to enemy strongholds, cutting off supply lines, and gradually wearing down defenders through attrition and blockade. The age of gunpowder, firearms, and artillery tactics. The introduction of gunpowder revolutionized military tactics and warfare during the late medieval and early modern periods. Firearms, including muskets, cannons, and artillery pieces, transformed the nature of combat, rendering traditional cavalry charges and fortified defenses obsolete. Infantry tactics evolved to accommodate the use of firearms, with soldiers trained to fire in volleys, maintain disciplined ranks, and utilize cover and concealment on the battlefield. The widespread adoption of pike and shot formations, combining musket-armed infantry with pikemen for close-quarter combat, became a hallmark of European warfare during the Renaissance. Artillery tactics also saw significant advancements during this period, with cannons and siege guns playing a critical role in both offensive and defensive operations. Artillery barrages were used to soften enemy defenses before infantry assaults, while siege cannons were employed to breach walls and fortifications during sieges. Napoleonic warfare, the age of maneuver and combined arms. The Napoleonic Wars of the late 18th and early 19th centuries marked a transformative period in military tactics, characterized by the use of maneuver warfare and combined arms tactics. Napoleon Bonaparte, the famed French military strategist, revolutionized warfare with his innovative tactics and organizational reforms. Napoleonic warfare emphasized speed, mobility, and the concentration of force at decisive points on the battlefield. Napoleon's armies utilized rapid marches, flanking maneuvers, and surprise attacks to outmaneuver and overwhelm larger enemy forces. Cavalry played a crucial role in Napoleon's campaigns, conducting reconnaissance, screening movements, and exploiting breakthroughs in enemy lines. Combined arms tactics, which integrated infantry, cavalry, and artillery into coordinated assaults, became the hallmark of Napoleonic warfare. Infantry squares provided protection against cavalry charges, while artillery batteries provided fire support and cover for advancing troops. The result was a highly effective and versatile fighting force that conquered much of Europe before ultimately being defeated at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Modern warfare technology, mobility, and asymmetric tactics. The advent of the Industrial Revolution and the proliferation of advanced weaponry ushered in a new era of warfare in the 19th and 20th centuries. Modern warfare was characterized by rapid technological advancements, increased mobility, and the emergence of asymmetric tactics employed by non-state actors and guerrilla forces. Infantry tactics evolved to take advantage of new weapons such as machine guns, rifles, and grenades, which increased firepower and lethality on the battlefield. Trench warfare became prevalent during World War I, with soldiers digging elaborate networks of trenches and fortifications to defend against enemy attacks. Armored warfare also emerged as a dominant force on the battlefield, with tanks and armored vehicles revolutionizing the nature of combat. Blitzkrieg tactics, employed by the German military during World War II, emphasized the use of fast-moving armored formations supported by air power to penetrate enemy defenses and disrupt enemy lines of communication. In addition to conventional warfare, modern military forces have also had to contend with asymmetric threats posed by insurgent groups, terrorist organizations, and non-state actors. Counterinsurgency tactics, which emphasize winning the hearts and minds of the local population, have become increasingly important in modern conflicts, as have tactics aimed at disrupting enemy networks and denying them safe havens. The evolution of military tactics from ancient times to modern warfare reflects the dynamic nature of conflict and the ingenuity of military leaders throughout history. From the phalanxes of ancient Greece to the armored divisions of World War II, the principles of strategy, organization, and innovation have remained constant, shaping the course of history and influencing the outcomes of wars and conflicts. As technology continues to advance and new threats emerge, military tactics will continue to evolve, adapting to the challenges of the modern battlefield and ensuring the continued dominance of military forces in the pursuit of national security and strategic objectives. What do you think of our video? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.